The illegal trade of stolen scrap metal is costing the South African economy around $500 million a year. Metal, which includes manhole covers, copper cables and rail tracks, are often stolen by thieves and sold on the black market. It places a huge burden on parastatals like Transnet, Eskom and Telkom. Power outages and delayed train services are just some of the things South Africans have to endure as a result of cable theft. It also places huge strain on consumers who now have to contend with rising costs to replace what's been stolen.
It definitely leads to higher costs because the money used to replace copper needs to be recuperated somewhere. As taxpayers, we also pay for it if a municipality needs to replace stolen copper.
City Power, a Johannesburg-based electricity company, reported over 3,000 incidents of theft in 2013. It cost the company $3 million to replace all the stolen cables. In the past few months alone, more than 10 kilometers of railway tracks were stolen in Gauteng and the Western Cape, causing severe disruptions to the passenger rail timetable in the two provinces.
Over the past 3 years, we've spent approximately 382 million, both in direct and indirect costs. Direct obviously being the replacement costs, but indirect in terms of having to arrange and organize for special transportation for those people who now are not able to ride on our train because of vandalism.
PRASA says it is also hampering its modernization program, which is aimed at upgrading and putting more trains in service. It's now having to use valuable resources to deal with theft instead of improving services.
We now have refurbished trains that are ready, fully functional and can be put to use to actually boost and manage the demand. Unfortunately, we're not able to use those because we cannot then move the trains because of the stealing of the tracks.
Eskom initiated a program years ago to stop theft by prosecution. However, the power utility often struggles to find the perpetrators. Other government and private companies spend millions on upgrading their security and are continuously looking for new ways to deter criminals. But there's been little improvement. The South African Chamber of Commerce and Industry, which runs a copper theft barometer, shows a 71% increase in the practice over the last year. Up to half the country's power failures are as a result of copper theft.
Service delivery problems from many of the utilities are often linked to instances of copper theft. It's not necessarily a power outage, it's a transistor box that was stolen in a suburb that causes the power to stop. The risk of copper theft particularly is also, as I've mentioned, electricity outages, and then that businesses cannot function anymore. So it's not only the service providers that suffer, it's really the whole economy.
South Africa exports about $400 million worth of scrap metal annually. In an attempt to curb the trade of stolen goods, the Second-Hand Goods Act was implemented about 2 years ago. This makes it illegal for anyone to be in possession of stolen goods. But so far, it has had little impact on the illegal trade of scrap metal. Sumitra, Nydoo, CCTV, Johannesburg.